Yes, there are angles that are less than a degree. Some angles are big, some angles are small. For small angles, we can use small units to measure them, so we can avoid fraction and decimal degrees. If we define 1 degree as 60 minutes, that means minute will be a small unit for an angle. So let's look at the definition of a minute. 1 minute is a fraction of a degree. Or in other words, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So suppose you have 30 minutes, which is only half a degree, right? So that's 0.5 degree. However, if you use degree measure, you get a decimal number. But if you use the minute as a measure, you get integer value, right? 30 minutes. So use a smaller measure, smaller unit, you can have some integer values, possibly. And we can even define another unit, which is smaller than a minute. So if 1 minute is 60 seconds, so as you can see, the second is a smaller unit, right? So that means 1 second is 1/60th of a minute. Just like a minute is 1/60th of a degree. So now we have defined two units. One is called minute. One is called second. Okay, now can we convert 1 degree into seconds? Could you try? Because we know already 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. But each minute is 60 seconds. So we multiply by 60, then we know that each 1 degree is 3,600 seconds. Now we can do some operations between two angles. Oh, by the way, if our relationship, we know that each 1 degree, right, is equal to 3,600 seconds, then each 1 second is this fraction of a degree. That is how small a second is. Okay, now let's do some addition and subtractions of two angles. So the first one, we can see we have one angle and the other angle. We want to do the sum of the two angles. So to make it easy for us, let's show first angle, which is 25 degree, 38 minutes, 10 seconds, right? Second angle, which is 50 degrees, 41 minutes, 20 seconds. And do you realize that we line up degrees and minutes and seconds? So we just add seconds, which is 30 seconds together. Right, then next we add minutes. So we get together will be 79 minutes. And next we add the degrees. And we get 75 degrees. So after we add, then we find the sum of the two angles. So that is the sum. However, we realize this is more than 60 minutes. So we can round it up because we know every 60 minutes is 1 degree, right? So we can think of this 79 minutes as 60 minutes plus 19 minutes. So this 60 minutes is another degree, so we can round it up. So actually we have 76 degrees plus 19 minutes. So our final answer after rounding up is 76 degree and 19 minutes and 30 seconds. Sure, when this is an addition of two angles. And we can also do the difference of two angles. So here I have the first angle, which is 180 degrees. Second angle is 27 degree and 10 minutes. So we put this, and again, we line up the degrees, minutes, and seconds if there are any. So we just, but now you can see, do we have, this is like a 0, right? So we want to subtract 10 minutes from something, but we need to borrow 1 degree. 1 degree. So after you borrow 1 degree, then that 1 degree is actually 60 minutes. So we can rewrite 180 degree into 179 degrees and 60 minutes. Now we're ready to do the subtraction. So you see, subtract 10 minutes from 60 minutes, you get 50. And then you subtract 27 degrees from the 179 degrees, right? You will get 152. And then the difference is 152 degrees, 50 minutes. So not only we can do addition, subtraction of two angles, we can also convert an angle using only a degree measure. Yeah, convert, for example, this angle, which has degree, minutes, and seconds, but we want to use only degree. That means we will have a decimal degree. How do we convert? So first of all, 76 is already the degree. Then we can keep it. But this 19 minutes, how can we convert it into degree? It is not as big as 1 degree, correct? We know it's only part of a degree. So we divide 60, that is the degree measure, but it's a fraction. If you want, you can write it into decimal form. And now 30 is in seconds. Seconds, that's not a degree. But remember, in order to convert it into degree, it is a very small percent of a degree. So 30 divided by 3600, that is a fraction of a degree. So now each part is converted into degrees. Then all we need is to, so this is degree, the minutes, right, has been converted into degree. And this is the third part, second, also has become a degree. Then together, what is the degree measure of the angle? So let's look at process together. So that's the degree, which we don't have to do anything. It's already in degree measure. The 19 minutes becomes this fraction of a degree. And 30 seconds is becoming this fraction of a degree. And then together, okay, if we convert the fractions into decimal form, and we can keep 4 decimal places, for example, then so we get the angle using only the degree measure, but this angle is a decimal degree. And for this angle, let's next convert a degree into degrees, minutes, and seconds. So suppose you are given an angle, which is 76.325 degrees. Okay, this is an angle with decimal degrees. Let's convert it into degrees, minutes, and seconds to the nearest seconds. Okay, so 76 is the integer value for degrees. So we keep that is the degree. But now this decimal part 0.325, we want to change this decimal into minutes, right? This decimal. And then this time we multiply it by 60. So we can change this decimal degree into minutes. After we get minutes, we have 19 minutes, but we have a 0.5 minutes. That part we want to convert this decimal minutes into seconds. So we multiply this number by 60 to get seconds. So when we have the decimal minutes, we want to convert it into seconds. We multiply it by 60. And then half of a minute, right, is 30 seconds. So finally, we have this original decimal degree now has become 76 degrees, 19 minutes, 30 seconds. Yeah, that is how we write it. So you can convert angle into degrees, or you can convert decimal degrees into degrees, minutes, and seconds.